let's talk about something we do all day, every day, speaking. Have you ever stopped to think about where your words really come from? I don't just mean your vocal cords. I mean deep down. Today, we're going to dive into this incredible metaphor that sees every single word we say not just as a sound, but as part of a living, breathing system inside of us.
So, think about it for a second. When you speak, are you just making noise, or are you actually revealing something much, much deeper? The idea we're exploring is that every single word you say is like a piece of fruit. It's the final, visible product of an entire tree that's growing right inside of you.
And here's where this amazing idea comes from. The Quran gives us this absolutely stunning analogy, comparing a goodly word to a goodly tree. Now, this isn't just some nice poetry. It's a spiritual blueprint, you know? It's a whole model for understanding the hidden source of our speech, our actions, and really our entire being.
Okay, so if our words are the fruit, then where does this inner tree even grow? Well, before you can even think about seeds or roots or branches, you have to look at the ground it's planted in. And in this metaphor, the soil is the human heart. It is the absolute foundation where everything begins.
And this right here, this gets to the heart of why the same message can land so differently for different people. Just imagine that divine guidance is like rain, okay? When that rain falls on good, fertile land, a receptive heart, you get these beautiful, healthy plants, right? But when that exact same rain falls on corrupt, hard, resistant land, all you get is this stunted, difficult growth. The rain is the same, the soil changes everything. So this leads us to a really crucial idea, something called the corruption of receptivity. The whole point here is that the problem isn't with the guidance. The problem isn't the rain. The real issue is the internal state of the heart, its inability to even absorb that guidance and grow something life-giving from it. The rain doesn't create the goodness. It just reveals what's already waiting inside the soil. All right, so the soil of the heart is ready. Now it's time to actually plant the tree. And what's the most critical part of any tree? The thing that anchors it deep in the ground, the root.
The Quran describes this goodly tree as having a firm root, asluha thabitun. And this isn't just any old root. It represents this unshakable core of faith, of sincerity, of certainty that's lodged deep within that soil of the heart. This is the anchor that holds a person steady no matter what storms come their way. This is where it all begins, way before a word is ever spoken.
So, with a firm root anchoring it, the tree is stable. But, just being stable isn't enough for something to live, right? It needs a source of life, a source of energy. And for that, we have to look up. And the metaphor continues, its branch is in the sky. What a beautiful image. This doesn't just mean the tree is tall. It means it has a direct, constant connection to a higher divine source of nourishment and light and meaning. It's this heavenly connection that keeps the tree alive and thriving, completely independent of whatever's happening down on earth.
So let's just put this all side by side for a second. The contrast is wow. On one hand, you've got the goodly tree, firmly rooted, totally secure, connected to the sky, and always producing good fruit. And on the other hand, you have the bad tree. It's literally uprooted, it has no stability, no foundation, it's disconnected from any source of light, and all it can produce is that stunted, difficult growth we talked about.
Okay, so we have the whole system now, right? We have the receptive soil, the firm root, and the connected branch. Now, and only now, can we really get what's going on with the fruit, with our words and our actions.
And this brings us to a huge realization. Your tongue is basically a diagnostic tool. It doesn't create anything, it doesn't invent meaning, it simply reveals the quality of the fruit that's already growing on your inner tree. So a good word is just evidence of a healthy internal system. And a corrupt word, well, that just exposes the corruption that's already inside. The tongue just brings what's hidden into the light for everyone to see.
And there's one more incredible detail the verse adds. This goodly tree, it produces fruit in every single season. How is that even possible? Well, it's because its nourishment isn't dependent on earthly things that come and go. Because its branch is connected to the sky, it has a constant 24/7 supply of light and life. And that means its goodness is continuous. It never stops.
So, let's bring all these pieces together. Let's boil it down into one clear formula. This is the final equation for what really, truly makes a word what it is.
It's a three-part equation for a life of continuous goodness. It's that simple. First, you need receptive land, a heart that's open and ready. Second, a firm root, that unshakable sincerity. And third, a connected branch,
that constant link to a divine source of light. When you have these three things in place, goodness just flows naturally, all the time.
And that leaves us with this final, powerful question to think about. The real measure of our words and of our lives isn't just about policing every little thing we say. It's about going deeper. The real question isn't just, what did you say? The question is, from what kind of soil did your word grow? And what sky was it reaching for?